So hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Timothy, and today we're gonna be reacting to another Vogue compilation of people just having a meltdown. And I know it sounds terrible, but it's not. Well, it is as bad as it sounds like. But I like watching them. You guys like watching them, and we're gonna be having a talk throughout the video of each scenario situation that we're gonna see, but this one is kind of wild. I will admit that. Just the glimpse of what I've seen, it's wild. It's wild. And as always, I always like to hear your guys' opinions. So comment down below your perspective of things and let me know what you guys think, what we're about to see. And also, if you hear a little bit of background noise, I'm really sorry about that. There's nothing I really can do. I live near like a busy road, and I even tried to connect the audio to my little earpod. Oh, I tried to connect it to my little earpod, and the audio with that is so terrible. So you just have to deal with the noise from the road, like now. But yeah, let's jump right into it.
And
Hey!
What? He probably
do not get up in my face like this. You do not want to be playing this.
Man? We can't talk man to man?
I don't think that's possible.
That's not possible? Why?
I don't think it's possible because there's only one man.
Oh my god. What is she on? Why is she trying to fight the man? What? I wouldn't even want to try to fight the man. Why is she standing up like that? What is the reason?
Man standing in this aisle right now. Now sit down, little miss. Before I go ahead and get, I'm going to go ahead and get TSA to come on this plane and haul you off. You want to make that big of a show about it?
Why would they haul me off?
You want to make that big of a show because you're not confirming the docket that I have.
You don't want to identify me as such?
The government chose what to identify you when you were born in a hospital. They wrote M or F next to your birth certificate.
Okay, that is my life.
That was dictated by a power much greater than mine.
And I don't feel that way.
A higher power than me.
I'm not the authority. I'm a man.
I'm not the authority that assigned you.
You need to get. She need to get up
out
out
of his
face.
Any authority at all.
She need to get up out of his face.
I agree. Thank you, sir. If you continue this display, if you cannot confirm what my docket says here, that there are in fact two ladies sitting in this aisle,
there is one.
Then
I'm sorry.
You're gonna have
a lady,
to leave.
Correct. There is one lady and one man.
Well, that's not what it says I need in these seats in order to fly.
Clearly there must be something wrong with this lady because what is she on about? She's clearly a woman. Like, we see that you got long hair and it's all wrapped up in your cap. She wore it the opposite way and rolled up sleeves, and now she thinks she's a man.
So if you're going to continue to fight the facts that I'm looking at right here, then I'm going to have to haul you off because you could be a dangerous person. We don't know. We have no way of confirming
because I identify as a male.
Because you're not the person on my list. You're not the person on my list.
A man?
It's a simple one of two answers.
Are you mad because I'm more man than you?
There's no gray zone.
Is that what you're mad about?
Is it really that big of a deal?
You want to get up in my face right now? I don't need this job.
Look,
you want to play big and tough man?
You don't need this job?
You want to play big and tough man? All right. Look.
What?
No, don't lose your job. Don't lose your job. Don't lose your job. Don't lose your job. Don't lose your job.
You shouldn't be
Don't
saying that serious.
Sit down, ma'am.
Because in court, that's not gonna be. In court, that's not gonna be a man. Don't lose your job. Don't lose your job, brother. Don't lose it.
That's a good point, bro.
In court, that's not a man.
This of why you believe.
That is absolutely crazy. Why does she think? You know, I'm just baffled by people, and this is just one of them. So let's see the next one.
Believe fighting for transgender athletes to compete in the categories they'd like to in sport is so important.
This issue, people like to say that it's a complicated issue, and I don't actually think it is. I think it's very simple. It all boils down to, do you actually think that trans women and intersex women are real women?
Fuck no, baby.
Well, I've stated my opinion before, and that's a question. No. If it's a trans man that wants to compete amongst men, well, that's up to you. But when it's the opposite of way, a trans woman trying to compete with other women is just a disadvantage from the beginning, and that's just. And this is what I mean, because these people are trying to base their opinions on their emotions and not actual facts. And actual facts will tell you that would be a disadvantage if a trans woman was competing amongst other women. It would also be a disadvantage for the trans man to compete amongst men, but not as much because you don't have an advantage. You know what? I don't even want to try to explain everything with these people because I don't want to tune into the Lulu. I'm just going to watch. I have fun watching. That's what I'm going to do.
And are really female or not. And if you do, it's very simple. Just stop policing who counts as a real woman.
So we are just supposed to believe that the person is a woman just because you want us to believe that. And you don't want us to have common sense. Just like fuck common sense and just believe in what I'm saying. That's basically what she's saying right now.
Because who gets singled out for scrutiny is based on white women's conceptions of femininity. And that's being weaponized against trans people too. So it's a fear of protecting the fragile, weak, cis white woman from the rest of us.
So there are many who born biologically women who will say, but you have an unnatural advantage over me, and that makes the sport unfair. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, there's lots of ways you can respond to that. So the first is the very language of you were born and I'm not biological somehow, like I don't think I'm a cyborg. So like this idea that like, oh, you're not a biological woman. Well, I am a woman, that's a fact. I am female, so all my identity records, my racing license, my medical records all say female, right? And I'm pretty sure I'm made of biological stuff, so I'm a biological female as well.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
See, really, Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of the thousands of people being killed by illegals?
Okay, so if you don't know what that's about, that was about Laken Riley, the 22-year-old nursing student who was killed last month on February the 22nd by an illegal immigrant. And that lady in the crowd was saying to Joe Biden, say her name. Anyway, then he went on to say about how many people are killed by illegals. And of course, the left was more outraged by the fact that he called the murderer an illegal. So check this out.
Look of surprise on your face when you walked into the chamber and you saw Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. It was priceless. You feigned shock at seeing her. But during your response to her heckling of you, you used the word illegal when talking about the man who allegedly killed Laken Riley.
An undocumented person. And I shouldn't have used illegal. It's undocumented. And look, when I spoke about the difference between Trump and me, one of the things I talked about on the border was that the way he talks about vermin, the way he talks about these people polluting the blood. I talked about what I'm not going to do, what I won't do. I'm not going to treat any of these people with disrespect.
Because America's a different place. I feel like it's a known fact. America's just a different place. It's a whole world for itself. Like, it's just different over there. And another thing is, I really feel like Joe Biden, he should just step down. He's too old for this. He is too old for this. What is it with America always choosing presidents that are so freaking old? I don't get it. Why is it that they always want someone that's so old? Why not have something that's like Barack Obama's age, like something that's a little bit more like awake, like present, like not as slow. The fact that a person got mad because he said illegal is wild. Like, there's a person that got killed and you're worried about calling the person illegal. Illegal, undocumented. When it comes down to it, it's probably the same thing.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, binary, all colors of the rainbow.
They're in a cult. They're in a cult. It's got all, I mean, Mark Andreessen, who's a brilliant venture capitalist guy, explained it to me in very clear terms. Like what the definition of a cult is, how you can get excommunicated, how you get shamed for having differing opinions, the group think, the whole, he's like, it's a cult. And he's right. He's 100% right.
Yeah.
It's just hard to say because then people in the cult will attack you. But they're not attacking you for a reasonable, it's not logical, like the way they're attacking you. They're attacking like someone attacks religious beliefs.
Yeah.
And some of these religious beliefs, it gets into these weird gray areas, like trans people in women's bathrooms. Like, says who?
Yeah.
Says who? How do you know that's a real trans person? How do you not know that's a creep that wants to pull his dick out in front of kids? Because those are real.
We spa.
Yeah, and if that guy was a convicted sex offender.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was doing that. Look, those guys are real. It doesn't mean trans people aren't real also, but those guys are real. Yeah. And to even say that those guys are real, you get excommunicated. You get treated like you're a Nazi.
Oh, have you been a liberal?
I mean, it's true. It is very cult-like. We have seen all the stories, like even the transitioners, the way that they get thrown out of the group they were in when they were like transitioning because they feel like it wasn't the right decision. The way that they get kicked out, it just shows you how these people move. Like, and even like all my Vogue videos, like, will it come as a surprise that some of those people are very cult-like, and if you don't agree with them, they will try to cut your head off with their words. Like, it's literally what that is. So it's very right. But I will say, and that's why I call them the far left, because I don't feel like anyone on the left side is like that. That's why I call them the far left, because they're out in the skirts. So yeah, and it's scary. Honestly, it's a little bit scary to think about.
Those guys are real. You get excommunicated. You get treated like you're a Nazi.
Oh, have you been a liberal?
Probably 5 to 6 years, maybe.
And you were a conservative prior to becoming a liberal?
Very much.
And what made you become a liberal?
I got a little older, a little smarter.
Oh, you
grew out of it, yeah.
And you were tired of being a man?
I was tired of being an idiot, but yeah.
So you woke up one day, you know what, I'm tired of being a man. I want to be a liberal.
I think there are plenty of men that are liberal.
Not real men.
You really think so?
Men who are liberals are betas.
I almost walked out today.
I don't know who. I've made another video with that guy, the black guy, and I don't know who he is. And some people commented and said like he's the biggest hypocrite. Like he's such an anti-gay guy, and he is apparently in the class and it's one of the worst. Like it's one of those stories. So yeah, I'm not really gonna be siding on this black man's side when it comes to this video.
I almost walked out today, and I'm crying in the bathroom right now, and I almost cried on the floor. It's just, I'm like 3.5 hours into my shift. There's so many customers, and we have 4 people on the floor all day. Only 5 people were put on the schedule, and somebody had to call out. And there are 4 people running the whole store, and there's so many customers, and there's possibly scheduled 5 people. We only have 13 people employed at this store, and there's so many customers. And they're good. And then people are yelling at me because they don't have their orders ready. And they don't know what to do. And the customer was misgendering me today, like really badly. I didn't have their order ready. And so they were just like talking to each other. And they're like, she's clearly incompetent. I have a full mustache and beard. What the fuck?
Big rule of thumb, if they don't immediately tell you who the shooter is, he's not a white male.
We have some idea.
What?
If it were a white man shooting, we'd know.
Well, we don't know. But they haven't.
That's how we know it's not a white man. I can tell you that much.
Do you think they're repressing that reporting?
They wouldn't tell us about the transgender woman that shot up the Christian school for what, like a year? San Bernardino out here. Remember the crazy terrorist Muslims? That's when I first noticed, they're not telling us who it is. It's not a white male. The longer they go without telling you, it's not a white male.
Okay.
You just don't believe that my dog's a vegetarian?
I mean, That's a delusional Karen right there. What would you say to that? I want to hear what you guys have to say. What would you say to that? But Doc is a vegetarian by choice.
So I have this set up right now for you guys to see. We have this really gross, it's like a beef, like dog food. And then I have this delicious green salad. So I'm gonna bring her out and we're gonna see which one she likes. Also, my dog is very healthy. She loves greens, she loves her salad, and I don't force her to eat her salad. It's what she likes.
Wait for it.
Wait, okay. Okay, so this is Bonnie.
Here it comes.
She is my little vegetarian.
Almost there.
Okay. Now, no. Don't eat that. No. Eat that salad. Look, salad. Here, pick one. No.
But what did she expect? What did she expect? It's a dog. That's what I mean. Like the things that people put up these days. I'm just like, are you not embarrassed by yourself? Because why is it? Why do you want your dog to be vegetarian so bad? I don't understand that. I should be used to these videos, but I'm just still like out of words sometimes because I'm just like, what are you even like? What are you on? It's crazy. Like, it's absolutely crazy. Like, you can be delulu, but that extent is a little bit extreme. Yeah, that's the only thing I have to say. I don't know if I touched enough on it, but what I want to say when it comes to like trans people competing in sports, I should be able to do that, but I don't feel like when it's a trans woman trying to compete in women's sports, I don't feel like that's fair at all. And facts will back that up when I feel like it's a trans man wanting to compete in men's sport. It's going to be a challenge for a trans man, and facts will build that up. But it's not that bad that way around compared to trans women wanting to compete in women's sports. I feel like trans people should have their own sports. That's what I really feel like should be the answer for this. And there are not that many trans people, so yeah, you might not be able to be a part of something bigger because there are not that many of them. But saying that you want to compete in women's sports like Leah Thomas, like that's outrageous, that's insane. That they even allowed Leah Thomas to compete it just baffles me what people agree with and that no one stopped it. And it's been all these years, and now she wants to go for the Olympics, which is even wilder. That I really hope that she's not gonna get into. I really hope that she's not gonna be able to enter the Olympics because that would be so sad for other women competing that's been training and working their ass off. And when, especially athletes is like when you're a professional athlete, you have been doing the sport since you were a kid. Like you have been working your ass off. All that hard work going to waste just for a man that identifies as a woman can compete against you, and when you are not even you're not even being able to be close to because it's such a disadvantage. You're gonna even be. I think the attempts was like he keeps winning with like 30 seconds, not 30 seconds. It was something extreme where like the other competitors were like they'll compete against each other but it will still be like very close to each other when it comes to like the numbers, whereas Leah Thomas was just up here and the others were down here, and it's just really sad to witness. So yeah, that's the only thing I have to say. And as I said before, let me know what you guys think and comment down below, and I will see you in my next video. Like, subscribe, bye.